quickly now we'll take a look at some of the headlines on the various newspapers. My name is Ify Andrew. Remember to join us on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That's the handle. Again, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That's the handle on Facebook. You can also download the Nigeria Info FM app. Do that on the Play Store if you're using an Android phone, and from the iOS store if it's an iPhone. On the Vanguard newspaper, Senate suspends Senator Akpoti Uduaghan for 6 months. Rivers crisis, militant group spits fire, threatens oil production. I nearly got suspended for revealing senators' allowances in 2018. Shehu Sani. All of these headlines you would find on the Vanguard newspaper. Court grants Jude Okoye $50 million bail in $1 million and 34,000 pounds theft case. You would also find autonomy. Algon asks local government chairman to approach CBN for documentation. All of those are on the Vanguard newspaper. Now, if you go over to the Punch, you'd also find this one. Yes, 6-month suspension. Natasha heads for court as NBA others knock Senate. Yaya Bello paid $845,852 for young children's future enrollment. American school. Federal government designates Simon Ekpa, 16 others as terrorism funders. You'd also find there, Rivers crisis, police vow to crush militants threatening oil production. All of those are on the Punch newspaper. Marketers worry as 5-month fuel imports hit 6 trillion naira. Let's go over to Facebook now and take some of your comments quickly at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That's the handle. You can do well to like the page. Click on the share button as well. Very important. And your comments, keep that short and simple so we can take as much as possible. Okay, does NDDC have a right to rename road without the approval of the state government? Thank God ability at Twig, but that's a very candid question. There's supposed to be certain improvements from the local governments and certain paperwork that should be done. So whether those have been done, we wouldn't know. John B. Winter says Akpabio-led Senate is irresponsible and it's disheartening. Saraki Lawal and others have been there before now and it wasn't like this. My dear, it had its own too. It's just Nigeria. It had its own dramas that plenty of them that came. Stephen Igbikis, good morning. Congratulations to Professor Zebio BP, the new VC of RSU. I knew him while in school. Fidelis Elemoa says suspension of Natasha is not a good development. Lorenzo Delight says the threat by militant group can't change Supreme Court verdict. I implore Chief Tony Okocha to desist from overheating polity in the state. He has no power to name or rename any road. Raymond Ezealiko says militant threat is not the way forward. Please, they should think twice. And the Nobi Ekachi case, he says police react to threat attacks. Is it the same Nigerian police that OSPAC was guiding their stations during IPOB Wahala? Tony Okocha should be arrested for gross insubordination. Ogo John Justice. Skillful Piro says, I don't think illegal tax forces will stop in Obiakpo. Alaris Piff says, Andrew, good morning. The Senate under Akpabio is really against any of his members that is in for the truth. Chief Gift Instagram says, I implore Chief Tony Okocha to desist from overeating the polity in Rivers State. More and more messages. Lorenzo Delay says, congratulations to Professor Zeb Obipi. Christian Williams says the penalties for Senator Natasha seem excessive, especially considering she's speaking out about her own experience with sexual harassment. It's essential to prioritize fairness and justice in this case. Ferdinand Nwodo, good morning. The governor Sim needs to wake up. Can NDDC do this when Wike was a governor? Fidelis Elemoa, the political class should allow peace to reign in the state. All of these are coming in from Facebook. I'll take a few more and then we go over to the phone lines. They suspended her because she was saying the truth or because they are in the same party. I stand with Promise Reginald come the next local government election. Okudili Wogu says, Senate suspended Natasha for 6 months. I thought there's court judgment stopping them from suspending her. Blessed Dollar, watching from Alu. Militants in Niger Delta threatened oil pipeline areas. Have you seen what Supreme Court has caused? This person says he's watching from a chair. Suspension of the senator was in order because the matter she presented was a public assault to the Senate President of Nigeria, Patrick Amadi. When I first saw it, I said, if there's proof of it, okay, it makes a lot of sense. If there's no proof of it, that you just, anybody can come out and just say anything. I could come out now and say, this person did something to me when I went to this and that. If there's no proof, isn't that the reason why, even on radio, there are guidelines and they say, do you have facts? If you don't have the fact, can you fact? I think if she has facts to prove that, oh, she was assaulted, and then somebody asked the question, is it a crime for a man? Is there the Constitution, does it provide for saying you cannot admire a lady or say something? There are many diverse, if you look at it, there are many diverse, but then you'd also understand that this is Nigeria, and when issues like this come up and it's a woman that's involved and it's politics, and in government, women are heavily marginalized in politics, and then you have one that's there and then she says something like this, it is very normal to understand how the conversation would go. But there are many sides to this that should be looked at, and time will tell, only time. That road should be renamed today by the appropriate authorities. Antonio Okosha should be questioned. Ibimina P. Ikiriko sent in that message. Let's go over to the phone lines now. We'll take a few calls. 0817 923 0007. 0817 923 0007. 0817 923 0002. 0817 923 0002. You can also send in WhatsApp messages. The number is 0809 030 6416. On X, it is at Nigeria Info PH. So we'll be taking your comments on X as well already. At Tony Anthony 64 on X says construction of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Okay, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is supreme, hence no threat from any group can undermine the Supreme Court judgment. Christian _ 30514 says, Andrew, good morning. Ida from Inkoro. I want to thank the governor of Rivers State. He's the Moses of our time. Governor, you are indeed a God sent. Marcos Aurelio says, thank you. Okay. All right, so keep your messages on X coming in. We'll take as much as we can as well. Let's go to Rumigbo now. We start with JJ. Good morning, JJ.
Andrew, good morning.
Yep, go on, please.
Yes, I think police said they want to clamp down on the militants.
Oh, my goodness, JJ, you'd have to call back for whatever reason you go into.
Okay. Hello?
Yes, go on. We can hear you now.
Yeah, I think the police should expedite action because I'm thinking that it's the same people that are celebrating the Supreme Court victory are the ones who are masquerading so that to divert attention and thinking that it's the other people. So they should act fast. Then a group give Tony Okosha 24 hours. Wow, another ultimatum. 48 hours, 24 hours to rename that road. I think it's a good one because I've checked and discovered that the only people who have the authority to rename road is the local government. And Tony Okosha also said that he didn't come for erosion control. Now you ask yourself, what led to the dilapidation of that road? It was the erosion. So what you have done right now without doing erosion control is a waste of money. Because when the water comes, the water and the mixture for the construction of the road, the water will wash it away. So I expect him to link or work with the Minister of Niger Delta, who has done that road before, do the drainage through Lumaholu down to the canal to get the as-built document to see how to follow up as NDDC. But what you have done right now is just exercise the futility and may not stand for too long. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. On X, this person says at Ogo Jone, at Skifu _Piro, police vows to crush military and threatening oil production. My question is, can police do so without the help of the military? At Ogu at Ojone _Ogu 619 says that Wabio should step aside while the investigation is ongoing. He can't be a judge in his own case. And that's on X as well. Another one on X here at Justice Ori says, Natasha Akpoti's suspension is totally wrong. A suspension will further suppress the voice of women in politics and public offices. Women will be afraid to speak out because they are not sure of justice. Why would they be afraid to speak out because of that? many men were also like, are you forgetting most recently the lawmaker, the whip of the house who spoke against certain things in the house and was dealt with in a certain way? I don't think that should stop you. It happened to one person, keep speaking. You don't say because I don't think any woman should allow her that, dampen her spirit. Why should you? There are many men continue to speak regardless of all that they have gone through in the house, and they have gone through a lot. Many of them, some of them even have been marginalized hugely. Emeka Inelele, good morning.
Yes, my brother, good morning.
Hello, Emeka, good morning.
Good morning.
You're sounding very low. Can you please speak up?
Okay, my brother, good morning.
Good morning.
So I want to...
Emeka, we still can't hear you properly. Please, try to be audible.
Okay, my brother. I want to sincerely condemn the activities and the vision of the National Assembly by suspending the Natasha. The young woman has a right. If it is in development in the Western world, Akpabio by now should step aside for thorough investigation. But are trying to engage the woman in the house. It's a very wrong this thing. They should record the woman back. They should leave the suspension. Senators should leave the suspension. Akpabio have been causing problems. Every time woman saga, everybody will be accusing him. I could remember Joy Nune also, NDDC MD. The same thing happened. Now the BBC also repeating. They should investigate that young woman. The man is causing confusion in Nigeria. Every time, Akpabio and woman saga. I want to also sincerely commend the governor of Rivers State for a different project that he's commissioning, despite the Supreme Court ruling. He should continue.
All right, let's go to Frank in Bori quickly. Frank, good morning.
Okay, good morning. I am calling from Olu.
All right, from Olu. Sorry, Frank, go on.
Yes. Concerning our road that our brother Tony Okocha have left us and do. For God and man, Tony is like a God to us because of what we have been passing through in that Holy Junction. Just like what he said, that he did not come for drillage of a thing. For a truth, Tony did not come for drillage in that junction because Setraco, that works the federal government road, they messed Holy Junction up by doing a good drillage in that Holy Junction. That was why that Holy Junction since then was as it is. But God used Tony to help the Holy people. That road you see there, they casted it first about 9 inches thickness before that tied on top of it. So whoever that is saying that Tony did not go to neither local government or this thing at state is enemies of Olu Onibo. Because as I speak to you now, you look as if it's now we are in River State. You look as if it's not we are in Odiabo. So
all right, Frank, thank you very much. Let's go to Ida now in Nkoro. Ida, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Go on,
yes,
please.
You're doing well, my brother. I want to thank the governor of Rivers State. The most of our time, the God sent to Rivers State, the light of Rivers State. Why should the governor is commissioning project, flagging up project? My brother, look at what is happening in Rivers State. This governor is giving us more projects. I want to commend him. He's going to go in. I want to plead with him to come to the Corrupt Kingdom. The people of the Corrupt Kingdom want to keep canopy, want to receive him as our son. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Susie, good morning from Erema.
Andrew, my good. Let me respond to the threats by some faceless groups and all of that. And the police has also identified that and have dished out instruction and all of that. I want to say that I will blame all of this on the executive governor of Rivers State. When the Supreme Court gave this judgment and was giving the state broadcast, He was the one who said that he does not even support violence. But when the time comes that he will give instructions, I quote him, it was from him to begin to experience these young people going into the bush and begin to carry pump actions and carrying AK-47 and threatening the Nigerian state. Thank God the Nigerian police force has come up to say this. And then the former transportation minister was also calling on the president to work with the governor. I want to tell them, it is afterthought, because at the end of the day, the fourth state resolution that Tinubu gave, the governor agreed and later came back and betrayed. What about the minister of FCT who took him to even the president? What happened at the end of the day? So there is no way Tinubu can trust even the governor of Rivers State. Let them just keep it at that level. These are the same people who actually filed suit, saying that the president does not even have the constitutional right to direct the governor aright. Has the governor decided to give his kidney and his liver to Tinubu? Thank you very much for the Rema community.
WhatsApp number is 0809-030-6416. Okay, we'll take some messages here on WhatsApp. Suspension of Natasha is a welcome development because as a woman, suspension of Natasha is a welcome development. Odinaka Woike says suspension of Senator Natasha Johnson without proper investigation is condemnable and she was not given fair hearing. Too bad. I've not followed. I really didn't listen totally to get what the reason was for the suspension. Now, if whether maybe any orders of the house was broken, or I didn't listen to all of that. So I would go look at it because it's. I only saw a part of it when she was asked to leave, and the last thing she says was that justice was still going to get justice. Yes. And then after that, the drama that has been happening around that house, everybody coming with their husband and wife and kissing each other before the Nigeria. We don't need war in Rivers State. Let us put heads together and move the state forward. Patrick Amadi. Yes, from Afarachi. My brother, in the case of Rivers State, I don't know what to say. Because it's sad that we are where we are with the politics we play. It was just how many years ago we're saying this politics we play is bad. Rivers State needs to move more than this. We're not supposed to. We have to have smooth government, this, that, and all that. So clearly, if we look at the situation in Rivers State, it's not about all those talk. If it's not favoring you, it is not good. If it's favoring me, it is good. That's basically what it is. When it's favoring me, every time we will say the right things. It is not favoring us. Everybody see that works for you. And clearly that's where we are. At the end of the day, the people are suffering. Rivers State has never had it this good in the NDDC. Thank you, Chief Kocha. Otto God's time, Lugard from Onelga. Thank God Ability says, first time to investigation. Thank God Ability, please, your message is not adding up how you wrote it. Renaming of road, is it within the jurisdiction of the NDDC? Anyone supporting and enjoying all this rubbish in the state, the FCT minister supporters will experience the same more. Well, when they do, nobody should complain. And nobody can check. Well, for me, if there is a right procedure to follow to naming a road, and if that procedure was not followed, it is only fair to say that the procedure should be followed. Because, I mean, let's face it, in Rivers State now with the politics, everybody is calling for procedure to be followed. That's the main battle now. Follow the right procedure. So even in this, no matter how small the case is, if there's a procedure to be followed, if it was not followed, though, then it should be followed. If it was followed, then it was followed. So, King Boy says, good morning. Please dismiss militant threat on impeachment of the governor. The police should be sure of what they are saying because I know they cannot stop anything. Ayano Ugu King Boy. You know? Who told you they can't stop anything? Police Kano. Good morning. Nigerian police said they are ready to clamp down on militant group. Those militant group right there will first... DK from Port Harcourt, your message is not coherent, unfortunately. On X, okay, I think we took this one already from at Thank God at Twibo 1. Oh, that's the much we can take. Good morning.
Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
Let's go. Golden penny pasta. More reasons.